Hello there, welcome back to Crafters TV. It is Saturday afternoon, and that means we fling open the doors to the Crafters TV studio and we invite a very, very special guest in. And my oh my, have we got a special guest today. Not one, but two incredibly special people going to be joining us in the Crafters TV studio. Yes, it's going to be a Totally Tiffany takeover. It has been so incredibly busy already. So many great items coming up, so many items that you will never have seen. It'll be your first chance to get your hands on. It's going to be an exceptionally busy show, and I mean, I just couldn't be here and handle it on my own. Of course not. It's such a special show that the boss is even here with us on a weekend. Sara, this is super exciting, isn't it?
Well, can I not add, not only is the boss here on a weekend, but she's ordered a special new jumper in Totally Tiffany colours, just especially for this show. Yes, can I just tell you all, I pulled rank a little bit on this one. So for those of you that don't know, we've been working with Tiffany now for coming up actually close to 6 months. I think it's about 5-6 months now we've been working with Tiffany, and all my life we have not been able to keep up with the demand that you guys have had. So what generally happens is we do a big show like this, we show you all the awesome product, it sells out, we have to wait till the next delivery comes in a few weeks or months later, and then we get to do another big show. Now, I wasn't fast enough last time. It was, as they would say, snooze you lose. I was not in the office the week that the products arrived. Leanne got to do the show, and then by the time I was back, literally, we'd had sellouts galore. So this time, I heard that the product was arriving this week. We arranged to have Tiffany in the house with us for the day, and I said, I am absolutely coming in for a show not to be missed. We've got some amazing special offers on. We've got some products that I know a lot of you won't have seen before. And then best of all, we've got our Tiffany with us live from the US to walk us all through it. Now, have we managed to get her on the line? Is she there? Right, here we go. Oh, Tiffany, we could be, wrong side. We could be twins.
I know, I'm loving it.
I love how you're clearly somewhere very hot and I'm in a jumper, clearly somewhere very cold.
It's very hot here. Yes, it is. I'm so excited to be here today. We have so much fun. I hate to say it without you, with Leanne and Joe on the last show. I'm thrilled that you're with us today because I don't know, the 2 hours just flew by. It was so much fun. And just going through the products and really having an opportunity to show everybody how they work, right? Which is the beauty of joining us for a show like this. Is not only do you get to see the products, you get to actually learn how they work and how to function with them best in your craft room. So I'm super excited to be here today. We've got amazing things to show everybody, and you're just gonna love it. You're gonna be so happy you joined us today.
I know. Do you know, I have to say, Tiffany, for years I have been so envious of you. I mean, honestly, so Tiffany and I have been friends for almost 10 years now, and we would always see each other just once a month at HSN. And I just walk into the room and it looks like a bomb's gone off with all of my craft stuff everywhere. Tiffany comes in with all of her stuff. She just gets various bits and pieces out. Everything is uber organised, and she is the envy of every other crafter in the building that day. And let me tell you, some of the world's biggest crafters are always in the building with us one of those days. So I just feel like we are so lucky that we can have all of your products here in the UK now, available to all of our customers worldwide. And better than that, you will come and show everyone how to use them. And the great thing, you've been working with us long enough now. With Crafters TV, it's kind of all about the customers. So when anyone's got questions live, I'm just reiterating, you are here for the whole 2 hours, Tiffany. And am I right in thinking nothing's off limits question-wise? Nothing's a silly question.
Ask me anything you want. And that is the beauty of coming to a show and watching a show like this, is that you have that opportunity to actually learn, right? My goal is for you to get organized. So when you craft, you get more done, you have more fun, you're inviting friends and family in. And when you can eliminate that overwhelming, oh my gosh, I can't find my stuff, and be organized, you're gonna have so much more fun. The whole process is so much more fun. And your significant other who might not like all your craft supplies because he doesn't think you're using enough of them, once you're organized, you're just going to be able to craft like crazy. And then you're going to be able to say, whatever, I'm getting things done, leave me alone. So it's a win-win in your house. Right now, if your kids are around and you want to be able to craft with your kids, the systems and the products that we have are going to make it easy for them to find things and put things away. So it's just a big win all around. It's great for you to be here today. We're going to show you lots of cool things and how to use them, which is key.
Yeah, I will say what did it for me is the day you sat me down and explained to me that basically if you have everything to hand, the amount of time you save and the whole crafting becomes so much more of an enjoyable experience. And I mean, I've done loads of different crafts over the year, baking to jewellery making, bit of knitting, sewing. And when you've got your stuff organised, the whole thing is so much more enjoyable. So I promise you, whoever's watching, wherever you are in the world, this is going to be like 2 of the most important hours, if not the 2 most important hours of the week, because you're going to get uber organised. Tiffany, I do need to tell you though, so I don't know if you know this, I've already been on today, and there's a few items that I was like using earlier on today, and I kept giving people the heads up on, and loads of our customers have been on the website shopping the category already, and so we're already getting to the point where some of those items are getting a bit critical. So what I'll do is I'll let Joe kind of give everybody the heads up on the stuff we're panicked about. For example, I've had my glue gun holder out and it's just gone crazy. They are saying there's no way the glue gun holder is going to last the show now. So I'll get Joe to do all of that, and then you and I can do a bit more chatting.
Sounds perfect.
Awesome. Right, loads of love as well. Loads of people getting in touch with us. Remember, if you want to get in touch, you've got any questions, any comments, any ideas that you want to share with us, any questions for Tiffany as we go through the show, get them into me on Facebook, so on the Crafters TV Facebook feed. If you're on the YouTube feed as well, you can pop them in the comments there and we'll pick them up as well. I would love to see any Totally Tiffany befores and afters as well. I know a lot of you have totally Tiffanized your crafting space. You want to send us pictures of that, you can. Details there along the bottom of the screen for you, studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk. So make sure you get those into me as well. As Sara was saying, loads of things on this show. We thought we were right for stock earlier today, and then you guys in the pre-sales have literally cleared us out. We have had such a busy pre-sales on this show. Now, first up, we've got the 12 by 12 fab file, extra large. Now, this is great. I know a lot of you really love your 12 by 12 papers. This is wonderful for storing all of those. And the great thing is that what you've got in here is you've got those tab storage files. So what it means is if you've got like a loads of 12 by 12 papers, maybe you've got, you know when we give you the sort of die cut elements, so the toppers and things, and they can tend to drop out. These are great. You keep them in here. You can keep them all together. You can store your actual whole pads, or you can store sheets in here as well. The great thing is as well with this, that you've got a little, you can mark this as well. So you've got that little label there on the side of this. However, I need to let you know, 40% of the stock has gone here. You've also got a handle on there too, so if you want to take that array and carry it around, absolutely you can. They are also amazing quality as well. £8.9 or £9.89 if you want to get hold of that one. If you want to get the pockets, they're along the bottom of the screen for you as well, but exceptionally busy on that one. Now, Sara has got one of my absolutely all-time favourite Totally Tiffany items next.
It's not just one of your absolutely all-time favourites, it's one of everybody's absolutely all-time favourites. On preview, well, not even preview, on pre-sale before the show, half the stock that we have is gone. So the shipments just come in, supposed to last months, half of it's gone. It's probably going to go this show, okay? So this is your 15-inch pen and ink palace. So it's a pen and ink palace because it's got all this storage down the bottom, so you can fit on all of these shelves either a load of your pens or your ink pads, and with each of these the drawers actually pull out. So they'll pull all the way out if you want to use them, or you can just pop them back in and store them in. Every shelf you can either have your inks or your pens on. You don't have to have 2 layers of pens and the rest of inks. You can mix and match it as you want. And then on the top here you've got this slightly deeper shelf so that you can put all of your fancy ink bits on the top of here. They are brilliant. This is your 15-inch pen and ink palace. I will just tell you, we've got the 15-inch one. We also have the regular size one as well. So if you just wanted to compare the two, if you're looking at the 2 pen and ink palaces that we do have both of them back in stock. So this is like the regular size one. So this is just called pen and ink palace, and this one here is your 15-inch pen and ink palace. You're going to ask me how big this one is, aren't you? So this one is 9 inches. So I've just measured it on my glass mat. So 9-inch one or your 15-inch one, you've got the choice.
Absolutely awesome. Loads of you so excited already. Lee on Facebook saying, love Totally Tiffany. Always listen to hear new tips, ideas, hints. I missed or remind me to look at organisational goals. Mariah saying as well, just last night I was feeling stuck on a card, went to my scrap rack and rediscovered so many options. Love all the Totally Tiffany range. Now, something that's always busy, but we really are worried about stock on is this, the Ditto toe. I love this because look at what you're able to fit in here. Let me just show you a handful of what I've got in here. 2 of our spray adhesives I've got in here. I've got a Xyron machine in here. All my adhesives are in the front of here too. We've got blending products. I've got my ink pads in here as well. That is just, that's just one side. Over here, I've even got a whole Gemini Mini on the go in here. I've got all my blending solutions too, and that doesn't take into account all the pens I've got and all my glitters as well around the side. Now this is brilliant because this is perfect for taking on the go. But say, you know, when you get home, you want to have this all laid out so you can use it on your crafting space. Huzzah! Yes, it is taken care of for you. You can even hang this if you wanted to as well. So if you wanted to pop that through there and hang that, you can. All the options, but when you want to craft on the go, when you want to take it away with you, you've then got the option to pop that back down and you can get all of this awesome stuff in there. There's so much more in here, Sara. I've got hand sanitizer and glitter and brushes and all sorts of stuff.
You know what's in mine at home, Joe? I've got the turquoise one at home, and mine at home has all of my makeup brushes and then my makeup pots in. And I love, because you can literally, so if I have to come into work with my makeup, you can just pick the whole thing up and take it off with you. Don't just think about your craft stuff, guys. This Ditto tool tote, I don't know how, for Tiffany to come up with this, I don't know how like all of these other companies around the world haven't thought to do something like this before, because I think it is absolutely genius. It is just one of the cleverest things she does in her whole range. And if you don't believe me, order one today while we've got them in stock, try it, and then let me know. I know you'll be a convert.
But they're saying in the gallery that all of my makeup wouldn't fit in here, Sara. How very rude is that? If you want to get your hands on them, half of the pink has gone. The hot pink, always your favourite. If you want to get your hands on this one, half gone, $25.99 or $34.99, a great price. I know you're going to want to multi-order on this as well. It is so handy for loads of different things. Now, we have loads of Totally Tiffany storage in the studio all the time, and I think this next one, Sara, fair to say, gets used pretty much amongst the most out of all of them.
Hands down, because what you find is things that you can see, you use more and more of them. So stadium arrangers, genius. Let me just tell you, underneath here, so we have this big craft table that we craft on, okay? Underneath here, we have stadium arrangers in every one of these little holes. So this is like one of your IKEA type tables. These just fit into those spaces so that when I need to come and get a pot of glue, I can go straight to it. Because if I just put everything onto the shelves, I'd be rifling through for ages. When you have them in a stadium arranger, you look from the front, but you see when they put the front, you can see the glues at the back, you can see the tape pens in the front. I always have my foam pads at the front. Everything is always just available to hand because it just lifts everything up a little bit more. So if you have cupboards at home that are flat cupboards but quite tall, trust me, your stadium arrangers will revolutionise the way you use that space. And most people out there don't have the biggest craft rooms in the world. You have to make the most of the space that you've got. The stadium arrangers, and by all means go and order multiples of them, get yourself organised. Just get one today and try it. I promise you it'll change the way you have all your craft stuff out.
Awesome. I need to just quickly give you the details as well of the turquoise craft binder. It is available on its own on a great saving, $47.99 or $55.99 if you want to get your hands on that. It is available as part of a larger bundle in the black, which we're going to see in some more detail in just a few minutes. But I knew you guys would want to see this one here. Now, continuing the turquoise theme, Sara's also got something fabulous in turquoise for you too.
Well, I love that you can either go Tiffany pink or you can go Tiffany turquoise if you want. I've got my lowest tote. We always have a laugh about the toast tote because when we had Tiffany on, I think it was once when I was in, she explained how she uses hers to carry her groceries around, and you can put a whole roast chicken in here if you want. I guess they must have the same over in America as what we do here, where you can go and buy a rotisserie chicken ready to go. I always think of it when I see the lowest tote, but even in a craft capacity, I just love that there is a space for everything and everything has its home. Now, this is full of our buddy bags, which we are going to be looking at later in the show. This is supposed to be just a heads up preview, so we are going to be coming back to this, but if you want your lowest tote, the turquoise is really getting quite worried about, but the product that everybody is worried about, and I'm going to hold my hands up and say it's my fault, I was telling everybody about it in the earlier show, is our glue gun holder. This is the first time we've been able to get them in. Half of our stock, so 3 months worth of stock that arrived, half of it has gone just from me using it earlier in the show today. So that gives you an idea. This is absolutely going to be gone. If you have a glue gun, you just need to have one of these. $12.99 or $16.99. Basically, it holds your glue gun here. It just sits over the edge, so it's always ready to go. It's got this little place here, so can you see my glue just keeps spurting out a little bit? Well, it's not damaging anything because it's all just going to go into here. Then also you've got space for all of your glue sticks, so you can just keep everything super organized. I warn you now, we're probably not going to get to do full presentation on that. It's just going to go. If you're ordering anything, you absolutely need to get your glue gun holder in your order with you.
Absolutely, you do. It's so busy on that glue holder right now. Loads of you chatting about it actually. Diana saying a glue gun holder is a must, my favourite, and it keeps me safe, which is also great. Barbara saying how much she loves all Totally Tiffany products. John Doe saying happy birthday, hope your day continues to be wonderful. It's been pretty blooming epic, I'm going to say. Also, Charlotte says I'm totally organising myself with Totally Tiffany. Beth saying she loves all of the Totally Tiffany products as well. Katie says also, okay, just going to say this right from the beginning, the 6-tier stadium organiser is phenomenal. Also, Mariah saying as well, the Ditto bags, crafts in a couple, and also sewing in one. So a lot of you saying you've got multiples of those Ditto bags, which you're using for your different types of crafts. It's exactly what we'll have as we go through the show. I'm just hearing, in fact, I don't know why I pointed that here because my earpiece is in this one. I'm just hearing that it is incredibly busy on that glue gun holder already. As I said earlier, if you've got any questions at all that you want to get into Tiffany, then now is the time to get them into me over on social media, whether you're doing it on Facebook, in the Crafters TV live feed, or across on YouTube. I'll be monitoring them and picking them up and popping them across. But we've got a pretty special bundle first up, Sara, don't we, on something that I know everyone loves.
Everybody, I totally love it. Now, I will tell you, these craft binders are absolutely colossal. Now, we do them in different colours. So we've got the black, we've got the pink, the turquoise, we've got all these different colours, and we have 20% off them for this show. But then if you want to go for, what I'll do is I'll get you the collection. If you go for the black, which is the best seller, we have a collection in the black, which basically has a whole starter kit in here. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get our Tiffany in, and I'm going to get Tiffany to walk you through exactly what comes included and how you use it. Let me just tell you, this is the first time I've seen Tiffany walk us through this, so I am... Tiff, if you're there, I'm super excited to see how you get the most from these ones.
Well, this bag was designed because if you like to take your crafting supplies with you, you want to be able to take those basic tools, right? So on the inside, you're going to find big loops that are going to hold your big markers and flat loops that are going to hold your smaller tools. And then down at the bottom, you're going to see that these pockets have a little hook and loop at the top. They're mesh, but at the bottom, they have a piece of canvas so that you can actually, if you're putting something in there that's sharp, like scissors or whatever, it's not going to pop through. But you can see, I even have my foil quill in here, right? So basic small tools, the things you're going to use at an event or just for an evening, you're going to be able to put everything in here in this side. Now, it's going to come with one 3-ring section already in it, right? And I have some sample pages on there. I'm going to talk about those in a minute. And then in the back side, you're going to find that you have this big 12 by 12 pocket as well. Okay, before I talk about the pages, I want to talk about this. On the front, you're going to notice that you have this big pocket. What is that for? That is for your paper trimmer, right? Too big to go in a notebook, but you're going to pop it right on the outside. It comes with the shoulder strap, so it's super easy to take. Now let's talk about what else you get. So you get the binder, and then you're going to get a variety pack of pages. So you're getting 24 pages. Now, if you're unfamiliar with our pages, You can see that they all have this little flap at the top of the pocket right here. That's what holds things in. So you're getting the 12 by 12 page, which is actually 12 and a half by 12 and a half. So you don't have to worry about 12 by 12 paper. It's going to fit in there perfectly. You have that extra ½ inch of space. You're getting the double extra large pocket page as well. So this is 6 by 12 pockets across this way. You're getting the, I turned too many pages. Let's go back. You're getting the double extra long, which is 6 by 12 pockets that run vertically instead of horizontally. You're getting the 4 by 6 or the 6 by 6 pockets. So all these things you'll notice are basic sizes that we use all the time in paper crafting. You're getting the 5 by 7 pocket. And here's the one I want you to really notice. When you get these home, they're going to be empty. So you're not going to be able to like see the pocket configuration. Well, you can see this is a double extra long is what it looks like. This is a double-sided duo page. So on the back side, you have a 12 by 12 pocket. So don't miss that when you get these home. Make sure that you're looking for those. So you're going to have a few of the double-sided duos, 2 by 1, and a few of the double-sided duos that are 4 by 1. So this has 4 pockets on the front, small pockets, and then it's got that 12 by 12 pocket on the back. Now, I know looking at the pockets, it's kind of difficult to see and understand how they work. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take out my little bone folder here, and I'm going to pop this off my scrap rack. So for those of you who are using a scrap rack, this is a must-have. This is how you get your sections from your scrap rack to a crafting event if you only are going to work on one thing. Let's say birthday cards or travel pages, right? You're going to pop that in there. And you see I put that in with the other 3-ring section. They're both going to fit in there. But now look at all the things I have organized in my pages. So you can see all of my supplies are right in there. So if I'm going to an event and I'm going to work on birthday cards or a birthday thing, I've got birthday paper and all my birthday embellishments. I can even put unmounted stamps or dies into it. Now you're also getting the tab dividers. So you're watching me flip through these big sections. Here I am in my travel section. You are getting 5 of the tab dividers as well that go with the binder. So if you already have a scrap rack, you're going to be able to move sections onto it. If you're just easing into the scrap rack idea, this is a perfect starter kit. You are going to get pages. So just look at all the things, right? Now this is one of those double-sided duo pages. So you can see I've got in the front, I've got the embellishments and the stickers, and then in that 12 by 12 pocket on the back, I've got the 12 by 12 stickers on the back side, right? So you're really able to see everything. And with this cutout at the top, I've tucked the flap behind in this situation. So now I can pull things in and out really easily. So you are really maximizing your supplies here, keeping things together that you use together, but you're not reorganizing things all the time. Now here's the beauty of it. You can use this in conjunction with your scrap rack, pulling the binders off and on to go with you. You can use it on its own. Maybe you want to put all of your Christmas things in one binder. Maybe you're going to pick up 2 sets and do Christmas in one, birthday in another. Maybe you travel all the time with your supplies and you want to have each group in a different binder. Maybe you want to use one binder for just pre-planning, right? So all the bits and pieces for one project go into that binder at one time. You're just going to zip it up, head out the door, and now you're going to have everything. So especially if you're doing any sort of road trip or you're going on a little vacation or a weekend getaway and you just want to take a little project with you, this is the tool that you want to take with you to hold all of your basic supplies when you go out on that little trip or to that crafting or card making class, whatever you're going to do. So let's just look at the pages one more time so you can see all the different sizes that you're going to get. So remember, you are getting 5 of the dividers, so you can divide it up into 5 sections really easily. And then you're getting the supersized single page, which is the supersized single page. We got your feet there, Tiff. Just 12 by 12. And then you're getting all of the other pocket pages to store all of your supplies. It's just perfect.
Oh, do you know, I tell you what I would use it for. So you know when I do my Sara signature collections, they always have like a 12 by 12 pad, and then they've got the embossing folders, the dies, the embellishments. You could get a whole collection stored over a couple of pages. You could literally have, talk about like being uber organized. You could have one of these just to organize all of your Sara signature collection, like all of your dies and stamps and everything. I just think it's wonderful. And you were saying about portability, Leanne's gone to the caravan this weekend. So I love the idea that, you know, if you just want to take a collection of your craft supplies, you can have everything organised in a few, and then you can just put the right 3-ring binder that you want in the space. And I like what you said, Tiffany, even people who haven't yet started on the scrap rack system, it doesn't have to just be for people who have the scrap rack and want to take it and go. You could start with the starter pack today. That's why we put the starter pack together today. You could use that as a starter, but then know that we've got all of that 24 variety pack. We keep it in stock. Also, we've got, like, I just use a lot of the 12 by 12 page ones. Or you might use a lot of the 4-page ones for your 6x6s. So you could just come up and stock up on more of just those page tab dividers. Once you explain it to me, and you know, as a customer, once I can see everything, you're like, it's just, it feels like common sense to have all of your stuff organised in this way. It just didn't seem like common sense to the rest of us until you pointed it out.
Well, I'm glad it's not common sense to everybody, because then I wouldn't have a job. So it's perfect for me, right? And I love helping people with the process, and the way that everything works together is really important. So the scrap rack is a big investment. This is a way for you to, we call it ease in, like, okay, how do I like this idea of having my supplies in a binder situation where I can just flip through and see everything? I love it. It's easy. It's simple. I'm going to buy the scrap rack next. I'm going to add this binder. I'm going to pull it out of here. I'm going to use it on my base. Everything works back and forth. So simple and so easy. But if you travel at all, and when I say travel, I don't mean getting on a plane and going somewhere. I mean taking things out of your craft closet and moving to the dining room table, or moving to the kitchen table, or wherever you're working. That's traveling. You have to be able to pick things up and take them with you. So imagine, instead of just gathering, you know, armloads of bits and pieces and carrying things back and forth, you're just going to grab that binder that has whatever you need. Birthday, congratulations, new baby, whatever theme you're working on, you're going to open it up and you're going to be ready to work, whether that's in front of the TV, at the dining room, you know, a plane trip away for a big crafting or cropping event. It makes it, it's just so simple because everything works together. You're not constantly pulling things out and putting them back. Very simple process.
Well, I will tell you, with the black one is always the most popular. So we've done the starter kit in the black. So the starter kit has your binder and also has the extra pieces in that Tiffany's been talking about. However, Joe, you've got the other colours there, haven't you, Joe? You can walk everyone through the colours.
Yeah, let me share with you the details of the other colours. Now, if you want to get the collection, you need to go for the black. However, if it's the craft binder on its own that you want, then we've got that on a deal for you as well. And that comes in a few other colours. So the colour that you're looking at just here, that one there is your blue. You've also then got that available to you in the turquoise as well, which is that gorgeous Tiffany turquoise shade there, as you can see. The Tiffany pink, the iconic Tiffany pink, of course, as well, is available there for you as well. So those three are all individually. A lot of you commenting away about the craft binders. Barbara says, I have 5 of the craft binders, 1 for card making, then I colour code my seasons. Black is for winter, pink is Valentine's, blue is spring, summer, and purple is fall.
Wow.
What an amazing idea. So yes, whether you are coding them by seasons or your different crafts, I know they are always so popular. Talking about things that are so popular, I want to share with you the fab files, because these are absolutely awesome. These are always incredibly busy whenever we bring these files to you, because they are great for a whole host of different things. I love as well that you've got your little dividers in here too. So these are tabs for you also, so you can split these down. Now it could be that you're using these for your 6x6 papers that you want to store in here. It could be finished projects or your 6x6 finished projects. Maybe you go to craft fairs, maybe you make to sell. These are great for allowing you to organise that. They have the handle there on the side for you as well. You've also got it in a couple of different options. So we have it in the 8x8 option. They're a really good high quality product, these as well. The 8x8 is extremely busy at the moment, $6.29 or $7.19 if you want to go for the 8x8 option, which is that one there. The next one we've got for you is the A4 option, always incredibly busy. Whenever you see this one, we've got loads of A4 papers, and we've got different cards and glitters and a whole host of different wonderful things in ours just here. £7.19 if you want to go for that one just there. And then finally, the 12 by 12 as well, which is great for. Can you tell we're having a bit of a celebration today here for my birthday? There is streamers absolutely everywhere, even including inside my 12 by 12 Totally Tiffany products as well. The 12 by 12 always so incredibly popular, whether it's your scrapbook pages that you're working on, whether it's your 12 by 12 paper and card pads that you've got in there. Over half the stock of the 12 by 12 has now sold out and gone. Very, very busy on that one, as it is across all of the fab files that we've got on the show for you today. Right, up next we are going to be talking about vinyl, which is something that I know is incredibly popular with you guys across in the US. But one of those things, Sara, as well, when you open up vinyl, you got a few on the go, it can just like get out of hand, can't it?
Oh, it is an absolute nightmare. And when Tiffany designed this vinyl storage, I remember it was another one of those moments. I sat watching her when she did the launch on HSN thinking, how have none of us thought of this before? I guess that's the difference. None of us have the organisation mind that Tiffany has. So she gets to solve the problems for us and then we get to do it all. Now, before we go over to Tiffany, what I'm going to do is we've had a question on YouTube. Crafty Kid says, does anyone know which buddy bag it is for the Crafter's Companion ink pads? Yes, I do. It's our Edna. So the buddy bag for the ink pads is Edna. It's coming up in a little bit. She's also in one of our special bundles, these that we've got coming up. So I'll pop it on the strap for you here. So you've got the details of that scale. It's Edna that you need for the Edna that you need for the ink pads. We'll get your Edna up on there at some point so you know which one it is, but it is coming up in the bundle that we've got as well. But I'm going to go over to Tiffany. Tiffany, can you just show everybody what it is that first time I saw the vinyl storage on HSN and I was like, oh, I'm just so excited that we've got that and you can show everybody it here.
This is just the simplest possible way to organize your vinyl in the least amount of space, right? So when I was looking for vinyl storage, when I first started doing vinyl, everything I found took up a lot of space. There were these boxes with these grid patterns in them, and then there was all this empty space around the grid pattern. There were these things that you hung on the wall, and I don't know about you, but wall space is at a premium for me. So hanging something on the wall, if it's not super efficient, isn't going to work for me anyway. But you pushed all the rolls essentially with it through these holes on the wall. And then you had all this empty space between the holes. And I thought, how am I going to make something where I can really consolidate everything down and ideally travel with it if I want to, but put it in the closet if I'm not using it? What are my options here? And that is how the vinyl roll organizer kit was born. So what this is 6 boxes, and they are just, they have a little pull out hole in the end of the box. You can see I put a little vinyl flower on mine. I was testing that out. You're going to get 6 of the pockets. So these are storage pockets for your scraps. And here is the big, joyful thing about this. This is the simplest solution ever. This is a plastic tube. It comes to you totally flat, and you just expand it out so that when you unroll your vinyl, let me unroll a roll of it here. When you unroll your vinyl, right, it just is like this, and it's going to get squished and it's going to get destroyed and you're going to ruin the edges. All you have to do then is re-roll it. Now, I'm rolling it clockwise, and I'm rolling it nice and tight clockwise. And then I'm going to slip it into the tube. And vinyl doesn't expand out it's not, you can see it's not expanded all the way out to the end of the tube. I'm just going to re-roll it counterclockwise now, same process. And then that is counterclockwise, Tiffany, there you go. And then that is going to expand out the tube. So now it fills the entire tube nice and tight, right? So I've made these just short of 12 inches. You can see at the end, the tube only goes up to here. And that is because if the tube went all the way to the end, it would be difficult to pull the vinyl in and out. So this makes it easy to pull the vinyl in and out of the tube. Super, super simple. Now, if you are using the shorter vinyl, like the Cricut vinyl, you can cut the tube. So you don't have, that's another beautiful thing about this. So if you need a shorter piece, go ahead and cut the tube. Super, super simple. So regardless of what height you're using a vinyl, you're going to be able to cut that tube. Another question I get all the time is, what about something like this, right? This is a skinny tube of foil, and you can see with the tube is too big, but it doesn't matter, right? It still stays in there. It still stays wrapped up, and it still is going to fit right in the box when I put it in the box, right? So it doesn't matter. Now, how many rolls of vinyl are you going to get in your box? It just depends on how big the rolls are, right? So you're going to get somewhere, if you have all the skinny ones, you're going to get more, obviously, than if you have the fatter ones, right? So somewhere between 6 and 8 per tray. Now, here's the beauty of the trays. I'm going to pull another one off my shelf here. They fit side by side on your shelf, right? And you can just pull out the one that you need. Do you want to work with metallics? Pull out the metallic one, right? You can label the tubes. Let me find a tube here. Oh, this one. I put the instructions in the middle, okay? So if you want to keep the instructions for your project, for each individual type of vinyl, or you want to label each tube with what type of vinyl is in there, there's one with the instructions in the top, right? You can do that. So that way you know the heat, whether it's permanent, whether it's repositionable, whether it's iron-on, all of those pieces of information you want to keep right in the tube. Okay, then you have your cool little scrap pocket, right? Vinyl is expensive, so we want to keep those scraps. So the scrap pocket fits right into the box. So your smaller scraps, you're going to just put into the pocket. Again, I put the brand and type of vinyl right here so I can remember what it is and use it properly. But if you have, and that's just going to fit right in the box. But if you have longer pieces of vinyl, you're just going to wrap them around. Move this out of the way here. You're just going to wrap them around the outside of the vinyl. So there's that small scrap, right? I'm just going to wrap it around the outside of the vinyl, and I'm going to put it all in the tube. Now, you're going to do the same thing. Wrap it clockwise to make it small, and then unwrap it counterclockwise to fill that tube. So I've got my scraps and my vinyl and my instructions and my brand, and they're all together, all in one place. Okay, so you're getting 6 boxes and 6 pockets and 30 sleeves. That's going to hold a ton of vinyl, but I know that everybody doesn't have a ton of vinyl. I mean, if you're starting to work with vinyl, eventually you're going to have a ton of vinyl. Trust me on this. But there are so many other ways to use this product as well. So I'm just going to show you a couple of them. So I am, as most of you know, a journal junkie, right? So journals come in all these funky, weird sizes, right? There's tiny ones, there's tall ones, there's 12 by 12. But when you put things on a shelf, you want to maximize the whole depth of your shelf. And so that is what you're going to be able to do with this box. Now I've got all of those journals all lined up. Now they're just going to go on my shelf. Again, I can pull the box out and use it, push it right back in. Now these do fit in your IKEA Kallax or IKEA Expedit, right? So what about just basic files, business files, home files, bills, and those type of things? You can go either way. You can go vertical. So these are all my records, my business records, or horizontal. So depending on how tall your shelf is, you can go vertical or horizontal with those. So it's a great place just for storing your basic home filing things, right? So I use these little plastic notebooks. You could do the exact same thing with a regular file folder, and it doesn't matter whether it's A4 or 8.5 by 11. They're both going to fit in there with no problem because it is designed for 12 by 12. Now, here's an idea that Leanne came up with on the last show when we were talking about this. She said, I am going to use it to organize fabric. And I thought, okay, that is a great idea. You can literally roll your fabric, put it in here, label it on the front. Then the question was, how much fabric will fit in there? So this double roll of fabric, this is 3 yards of fabric. So once you roll up, this is regular cotton fabric, like quilting fabric. Once you roll it up tightly, you're going to be able to get about 1.5 yards into the width of the tray here. So just so you know, that's how much it's going to take. This one is a roll of fabric that's a bunch of scraps and pieces, and I just rolled them all together. So I don't know how big it is, but you can do that as well. So you could create a little library of your fabric scraps right there in your vinyl roll organizer. Super simple. Okay, when I was talking about this the other day, someone said to me, can I put my scrap masters in there and put them on a shelf? So if you're unfamiliar with the Scrap Master, I'm running out of space here, this is the Scrap Master. This is designed to hold all kinds of embellishments, obviously scraps is original design, but I've got a full project kit here. I've got tons of cardstock. I've got big stickers. And yes, they will fit right there into one of your vinyl roll organizers. Oops. I'll pop this in the middle. So I got this edge there as well. And so I've got 3 in here. And again, it just depends on how thick they are, how many you're going to get in there. Okay, so all of those ideas are super great and super fun, but this is my favorite one. Oh no, wait a minute. I'm going to just back up for a second. Look what I have over here. If you use the We Are punch boards or any brand of punch board or any kind of tool thing that's difficult to store, especially because these have, right, they're all different height and shape and they're hard to store. They get hung up on things. Those are going to fit perfectly in there too. So you may take a set of 6 of these and store your collection of punch boards or other kind of bulky tools that are definitely hard to store. And again, once it's on that shelf, you're just going to pull out whatever you need, take it to your workspace, use it, put everything back in the box, and then put it back on the shelf. Okay, I want to show you one of my favorite uses, though. One of my little crazy things here. So foil quill, any kind of small tool, right? All the bits and pieces for foil quill, I have got them in this box, right? So I've got tall foils, flat foils. I've used my pocket here for flat foil and for these tiny rolls of foil as well, right? So I just filled them all in the pocket. Then, this is a crazy idea, and I will try to do a little video on how to do this. But then, one of the problems with things like this, with tools that have electrical cords, I'm going to move this so you can see better, is that they get all bundled up, they get all jumbled up, they get hung up on things. So I just sealed up the bottom of one of these folders and wrote what it is. This is fine tip, and I just stuffed that tool right in there. So now I've got the tool, the scraps, the foil rolls, the big sheets of foil, the big foil sheets, and everything I might need to use this tool. And there's going to be other tools in your collection that you can think of, you can do the same thing with. So you have everything in one nice, neat, tidy little bundle. And when you want to use it, well, you know, this is my mantra. Keep things together, you use together. You want your foil and your foiling tools, your foil quill with you all together at one time. There's other things in your collection that you want to do the same thing with. What do I need when I use this? I need these. So I want to keep everything together in one place. So the vinyl roll organizer kit, well, the name of it is Vinyl Roll Organizer Kit. It is going to help you organize everything, home office, journals, fabric, foil, tools, all of it is going to fit there. And it all is going to fit on your shelf. And that is the beautiful thing about it. Last thing, the angle on this, the angle on the box is key because things don't lean over in the back and get hung up as they pass back and forth. So they do slide in and out of your shelf so easy. It's super simple. So this is a must-have. This is a must-have for home organization, period, this kit.
Do you know, I am watching. This is the product. Now, I don't own any vinyl. I don't have a Cricut at home, so I don't have any vinyl personally. However, this is the product I have the most of out of everything you've done, Tiffany. And the reason being, I don't use mine for vinyl. All of mine are organised in here. Look how I have mine. There's all my black, white card, me Nina. There's all my acetate and my foam sheets. There is all of my spare Gemini plates. There is all of the Nina and watercolour cardstock. I've got another shelf full down here where I've got all of my Centura ivory and white. I've got everything organised, no vinyl in sight, yet still, as Tiffany was saying, if you've got your house organised by IKEA, which let's face it, a lot of us do, and you've got all of their storage between these vinyl storage and then also all of the stadiums, I've literally got everything right there to hand. And I hadn't thought, when you just showed me how you had all your foil quill stuff organised there, Tiffany, it's exactly right what you say. It's when you keep everything together that you use together. But I love that you've thought of all the little bits and scraps because we don't like to waste anything. And that way you can keep all the little scraps together as well. It's just genius.
It's so easy. And here's another thing, which is super like what you just showed right there. If you take something out like this tool, right, and I'm going to just set it on my desk, it is going to take up a bunch of square footage on my desk, right? but I can have the same tool out and usable and accessible in about a third of the space. The same way with the cardstock you were just showing, right? You could pull all that stack of cardstock out and set it on your workspace, and it would take up all of that space on your table. Or you can grab out one of your files, put it on the workspace, literally work out of it, papered out, scraps in, done deal, less space, and now you're just going to pick it up and put it away. You're not gathering and reorganizing and figuring out. You're just like, okay, I'm using this. Now I'm done using it, and I'm putting it away. So a place for everything and everything in its place. That's our mother's mantra, right? Or it was mine. You could probably tell.
Yep, that's heard that so many times. And also, I was just reading one of the comments on YouTube. This was on Facebook. Barbara Carlson, she said, the best thing I ever did in my craft studio was to stop settling on cheap solutions that ended up not really working. The difference for me, Tiffany, okay, is you are one of us. You use all this craft stuff. The organisation solutions that you have made is for our stuff. It's not for some random other stuff that we're trying to repurpose and use for craft. You know the size of everything, like you've just talked about, those punch boards. You're experiencing the problems we're experiencing, and then instead of us fudging everything else to work, you've just designed all the solutions that work. It is just genius. This is literally, this set of vinyl storage was our second top seller coming into the show, and literally our producers just told me the website has been on fire. Now in the set that you get 6 sets. You get 6 of these vinyl storage, okay? Now that comes with all of the roll hoods, so you get 30 sleeves in there as well. You get all the little bits for the scraps that Tiffany was talking about, but you get 6 of these, which is the critical bit. So if you're a little bit like me and you want to organise, I have 6 in every one of my little components, my little compartments under here. So if you're wanting to kind of organise a whole big shelf, that's how you're going to want 2 or 3 of these, okay? Now, before I let Joe go and just tell you about a lot of the other things that are now looking critical, I have to give you an update on the glue gun holder, because we are now at the stage whereby we have more people with the glue gun holders in their basket than what we have stock. Over 75% of everything that we have is already checked out, but we have more people with them in baskets. So if you have the glue gun holder in your basket, there's no guarantee it's yours until you've got through the checkout process. So I'll just warn you now, that is the item that is now looking critical. Joe has another couple of items as well that are literally not going to make it through the show. So while Tiffany gets ready to come to the next segment and walk us through them, Joe's going to give you the heads up on a couple of really critical things.
Yeah, absolutely. You guys are loving the vinyl. Mariah says as well, the vinyl storage system is fantastic. You can store it and see it and get to it easily. Do you know what I'm thinking as well, Sara? You know those little sleeves? Cut a few of those up at Christmas, you know, and you've got rolls of wrapping paper just going absolutely everywhere. Use it to keep those together as well. It's going to be awesome for that too. You'll find loads of different uses for them. Also, I need to let you know the 12 by 12 fab file. It is limited stock. If you've got this in your basket, please check it out because soon I'll be telling you that it's sold out and you'll need to remove it. So it's in your basket. It's not yours until you are checked out. So if you want that and you've got it in your basket, you'll need to check out immediately on it. It's such a great piece of kit, that one there as well. Loads of you chatting away. Julia saying the plastic tubes for the open vinyl is an absolute must. Charlotte says she's got loads of Totally Tiffany, absolutely loving the show as well. Anne says maybe we need something like the vinyl storage for the foil. Maybe Tiffany could make us like a slightly smaller version to store all of our foils into there. What do you think, Sara?
Well, do you know what I would do? Oh, now you've got me thinking, okay. So let me get my foils, because I've got mine stored down here in one of my Tiffany carts actually, right? So what you could do is you could use the vinyl roll. So we've already worked out that you're going to buy a lot of the vinyl storage collection so that you've got them sets of 6. If you're like me and you don't have a lot of vinyl, you might not need all the rolls. You could use the small, so you're going to see us later come to our card makers collection. I'm not going to spoil the surprise, right? But we're going to come to that later. You could put your foils into the roll that Tiffany's talking about and store them, because can you see mine are all getting like damaged? Store them in those individual rolls inside the card makers one. So that you could still do that with all of your foils that we have for our foil press. Now I do just need to tell you, you know how and this is how it's going to go. You know how Tiffany first of all showed us this amazing big set. I've read some amazing comments as well on Facebook and YouTube. People absolutely loving this concept, okay? Well, the starter kit that we have is now over 60% gone. So Tiffany demonstrated it. Now you've all seen how it works. Over 60% of the stock has gone. So this is one of those. I'll give you another update a little bit later, but there'll be a lot of people got this in baskets as well. So if you are, bear in mind, this is nearly at your free shipping. If you're in the US, it's over free shipping if you're in the UK. So if you are sitting with this, get this checked out, because I can pretty much guarantee that the starter kit is going to have sold out by the time we get to the end of the show, if not long before. So over 65% of the stock that we've got of these now, see how fast it's going, is completely gone. There's other colour options available, all with 20% off the actual binders themselves. But if you want the black with the starter kit with all the bits, I'm just warning you, turquoise also looking quite dangerous as well. So go and have a little look on the website, okay?
Yeah, absolutely. You can still get those, of course, in the purple, the turquoise and the pink, the binder on its own, with a 20% saving as well, which is still a fantastic deal. Loads of you chatting away still in the comments, letting me know how much you love all things Totally Tiffany. Carol Ann saying she watches all of Totally Tiffany's lives on a Tuesday. Jermaine loves the file boxes. Shadai is saying as well that she loves the fab files. Great storage. She's got about 12 of them, which is absolutely awesome. That storage binder collection, very, very busy. Now, when I think about Totally Tiffany, right, the star of the range for me is the buddy bags, because there is literally a buddy bag for every single job or type of product or crafting tool that you'll want to go into, and they are just such amazing quality, and they are all so well thought out. We have got an incredible buddy bag bundle, which is not easy to say, let me assure you, on the show today. In here, it's like the alternative Mumbo number 5. Ready? You're going to get Edna and Shelley and Branda and Sue and Irene in here as well. They're all available individually as well. Brandy's only available in the collection, and Deborah is only available individually as well. So go for the bundle, then maybe pop Deborah into there as well. £24 or $33. Amazing value to get 5 incredible buddy bags. Now, Sara, for anyone that's not seen a buddy bag before, these are going to make such a huge difference, aren't they, to how you store your craft, and therefore how easily you're able to lay your hands on things and find everything quickly and effortlessly, because that's what it's really about when you're crafting. You don't want to spend most of your crafting time digging everything out.
Exactly. And the great thing that I absolutely love about them is there is a bag for everything. As Tiffany would say, there's a bag for everything. Everything's in its place. And Tiffany will walk you through the best use for all the different bags. But from my point of view, I love they've got these fabulous handles on. This one here, by the way, is Sue, right? So Sue here, if I just pop her on the top, can you see? You open up Sue. She's brilliant for storing loads of your pens, but it's the fact that you've got the multiple Velcros all the way around, plus can you see? So if I take the product out of here, to get it to hold its shape, it actually comes, it's a 2-parter. It comes with the plastic piece to go inside. So it comes flat packed, but then you make up the plastic, you pop the plastic inside. We haven't made up the plastic here. We've been a little bit slapdash. Hey, our Tracy before the show, right? But you're going to fold your plastic into place. I'll do mine while Tiffany's showing you a little bit, right? That goes inside, and then it's exactly the right size to get whatever it is that one's been designed for. So like I said, this one here, this is Sue, and she's brilliant for your pens. This one in the set is Shelley. She is perfect for your gilding waxes. If you own any gilding waxes, you absolutely need to own a Shelley. And again, it's got that little plastic tray inside so that you're nice and organised with it. You've got Brandy. So Brandy's your big, long, tall one. She's only available in the bundle, Brandy, because she's been a big seller. So you've got the your rulers in there, all your glitters, everything's going to fit into there. And again, loads of space. This one here, Edna, is the one that's brilliant for your ink pads. So I know somebody asked that earlier, which one's for your ink pads? This is Edna. She's perfectly shaped and sized to fit all of your ink pads. Any brand, by the way, not just ours in there. And then last but not least, Irene here. Irene's brilliant. We use it for our little bottles, but there's loads of uses. I'll get Tiffany to walk you through all of them. But remember, that is it was 15% off a kind of starter bundle. So we've taken I don't want to say 5 of the most popular bags. We've picked 5 bags that are really brilliant for crafters companion products, specifically for our viewers on here. They're going to fit wonderfully in your lowest tote as well. Anyway, instead of me telling you about them, let's get Tiffany up and she can walk you through the thinking behind all of them. Oh, she's coming. We're frozen.
She's dancing in the background. You can't tell. There she is.
I made it. Okay, so I didn't pull any bags out yet because I wanted, if I can just get the camera to follow me, I wanted to show you one of the really great things about these bags is how you can maximize your workspace or your shelving space. So if you see up here at the very top of my shelf, I've got this little narrow shelf. Well, normally you wouldn't be able to use those shelves all the way to the back. So we're working today. Look at this. I've got Shelly here. I'm going to just pull out what's in there and then I'll go through them. Shelly, we've got Irene. Oh, here's another Shelly. Here's an Edna. But you can see I have just filled this shelf with so many things that I normally wouldn't have. Trying to find all the girls here on my shelf. Look at this. Look at all these uses. All right, I better start showing uses. But you can see, look how easy it is to just grab what I need. It's clear, it's visible, it's lightweight. Like you said, it has that little handle on the end. You can label them on the end, and then you're gonna be able to find everything. It's brilliant. It's so, can I say that? Because it's my own thing, but I love them. They're clear, they're lightweight, they're visible, they're portable, they're inexpensive. They strike all of those notes. They're just the perfect tool for organizing craft supplies. So I'm going to start with Edna, and I'm going to tell you that I'm going to do a little, almost a spoiler alert here. There are 2 new buddy bags coming out.
Oh!
Now, our buddy bags are named after people in our community, people in our Facebook group who are super helpful. Barbara Carlson, she just mentioned something about the way that she's given up trying to find cheap solutions and she's gone with real solutions. She is the Barbara bag, right? So Terry.
Oh my word! I feel like I know a celebrity, Tiffany. I know the Barbara.
You know Barbara, you do, and you know Terry. And so these are people who are visibly helping other people, right? We could not possibly help everybody that's on Facebook and answer every question. So these are people who are part of our tribe, if you will, our community, who are helping answer questions. And that's how these guys got their name. Okay, so this is the Edna bag, and this is the Tim Holtz, the distress ink. So you can get 19 distress inks into the Edna bag, right? And it will stand up. So if you want to keep your inks flat, you just stand up that bag and now your inks are flat, right? If you want to store them this way, you can do this as well. But if you want to keep them standing up, you can do that. This is also Edna. So look at the difference in what they look like, right? This one looks like it has a rounded top, and this one looks like it has a flat top, but it's just because of what is inside the bag, right? It doesn't have anything to do with the bag. They're both the Edna bag. This one, though, is loaded with ribbon. Now, people ask me, how many spools of ribbon can you get in there? And it totally depends on how wide your ribbon is, right? So the little skinny ribbons, obviously, you're going to get quite a few more than if you got the big fat ribbons. But once you feed the ribbon out the end, now you've got a ribbon dispenser. Okay, so it keeps the roll where it is, but you're not running a dowel through it, right? So one of the problems with running a dowel through your ribbon spools is that when the middle ribbon is empty, you have to take the dowel off the wall and empty everything off and push it over and add the next ribbon. Well, with this, because there's no dowel, when your ribbon spool is empty, you're just going to take it out and pop the new one in its place, right? So it works great as both a storage and a dispenser. And again, you know, I talked about the 4-section system for organizing. As you can see, these are all spring ribbons. So if I was going to work on a Valentine's Day card, I'd be able to go to this bag and find all those Valentine's Day ribbons all in one place. So there's a couple of examples there for Edna. Let's talk about Shelly, because again, here she is side by side, 2 of the bags, and they look completely different shape-wise just because of what's in them. So this one is loaded with teardrop inks, and this one is loaded with washi tape. Now, Shelly was born for washi tape, right? That's my addiction. And I needed somewhere to keep it. And again, this is all planner washi tape. I might have all Halloween, all Christmas. So you're gonna need multiples. I mean, definitely once you start using buddy bags, they're just a no-brainer, but you're gonna need multiples of the bundle today because they're gonna fit so many different things. So I have another Shelly here, again, looks totally different. Same thing, this one is loaded with barrel ribbon. Get one of these, put it in with all your gift wrapping supplies. You know this little barrel ribbon, when you pull the ribbon out, it just bounces all over the place, right? It's hard to contain. Put it in there, feed it out through the hook and loop fabric. You've got a dispenser, you've got a contain. It's gonna stay clean and neat and uncrushed because of that little tray that's in there that Sara was talking about. Now you can just throw that right in with your gift wrap stack and everything. Same with the other ribbon, right? Depending on what kind of ribbon you're using, you're gonna pop it in there. It's all gonna stay in one place. And that is one of the beautiful things about the whole buddy bag collection is they're so versatile. Okay, this is the Irene bag, and it is loaded with powder puff inks. So you're gonna get 16 powder puff inks in there. Look, they pull out like little drawers. It's so cute. Okay, so the Irene has 2 pieces of loop fabric on the front. So you can tighten that loop fabric down and have a smaller, more rectangular bag, or you can loosen it up if you have something tall that's sticking out. So Sara just showed probably 18 or 20 of the Spectrum Noir inks in the Edna bag. If you have less than that, or you want to divide them up by types of ink, the Irene bag works great for them as well. You can hook her up to the top if you have tall things like this. So here's my tall thing. So there is 4x6 embossing folders in the Irene bag, right? Same bag. They look, but they're just different with the loop, with the hook and loop at the top. So super versatile, which is always one of my things. How many things can you use? Can you really use this with? What does it really work for? Okay, Sue, awesome for these big Stampin' Up! Ink pads, right? Also great for any kind of embellishment. So look at this. You can see you got all these flowers. I'm going to show you something else. On the back of this, you can see I have the name Sue. I cut that right off the packaging. Once you start using buddy bags, you're going to love them. You're going to love certain ones and want to buy more of that one. And when you call customer service and you say, hey, I have this buddy bag, it's clear and it has black trim. Well, there's 18 of them. So it's going to be difficult for her, the customer service people, to help you through that. Cut the name off the bag when you get it. Just put it in the bottom before you put the tray in, the plastic tray into the bag, and then you're going to know who it is. But so you can see, now the nice thing about this is because it has that plastic tray, it's lightweight, but it doesn't crush, right? It's perfect. They're so perfect. Okay, now let's talk about Brandy. Brandy is the supreme ruler girl. Okay, I am a ruler junkie. I have ribbon rulers and border rulers, and I have rulers that push down, and I have metal edged rulers and plastic rulers and journaling rulers. And this is a way for me to keep all of them organized and together. Super simple. If I'm going to use them, I'm going to just flip the lid back. I'm going to put this in my tote bag and be able to pull things in and out super easily, right? What else? My husband's running the camera today, so he doesn't know that I did this, but I pulled this off his workbench this morning, okay? So this is just loaded with paintbrushes. It has a label down the side, paintbrushes, but they're all right there. He's just got it hanging on his workbench. When he needs a paintbrush, you can find them. They're stored neatly. The brushes aren't getting damaged. Super visual, really easy to hang on that pegboard in the garage. So this kind of thing, I mean, you really want to think outside of the bag on the buddy bags because they're going to work for so many other things. As a matter of fact, I also have this Sue bag. This I pulled out of the car. This is just a little emergency kit, right? And it just goes in under the seat in my car. So it has all your basic stuff, Band-Aids, tape, gauze, you know, all kind of aspirin, all the basic things that you might need. It's super small, super compact, closes up on all sides, so nothing's going to get out of it, slides under the car. You know what I didn't pull out of the car this morning is I have an Edna bag also. You all know Petey, our little dachshund. So in an Edna bag, I have a small leash, a water bowl, a Tupperware bowl with water in it, a little bag of dog food, some poop bags, and a flashlight. So if I'm out in the car with the dog, something happens, I need to feed him, give him water, take him for a walk, whatever. Everything is in that little bag, and it's just stuffed under the passenger seat of my car. So it's like a little emergency kit for the dog. Last but not least, in the Brandy bag, if you love working with templates, these are the Kiwi Lane templates. They are 12 inches long. That's hard to store and hard to carry around. You can load them up in a Brandy bag. Again, drop it into your tote when you go somewhere. Super simple, super easy. I keep saying this about dropping things into your tote. What tote am I talking about? Well, you already saw Sara with the lowest tote, right? The beauty of the lowest tote and all these buddy bags is when you go to a crafting event, you can drop them all in vertically, right? So often, also if you've been following me, I'm always talking about go vertical, go vertical, go vertical. That's the key, right? Everything's easier to get to. Well, look at this. You drop your bags into your tote vertically. Now you can set that tote next to you on the floor, and you can pull things in and out of it vertically. So you're literally leaving a little hole wherever you pulled something out, and put my rulers in there. I haven't even talked about Deborah yet. So that you can just grab it by that handle and pull it out what you want to use, right? Sara's doing the same thing. And if it's on the floor next to you, you just pull out what you need, put it on your workspace, use it, pop it back in the hole that you left in your tote, and you're not taking up all that precious crop space, right? When you go to a crop, your space is limited. You are confined to this little 2-foot square of space. This is going to maximize the space around your chair as well. Oh, wait a minute. I'm sorry. I didn't even talk about this before. Totally missed the boat on showing this. So I've got my lowest tote, right? Now, if I take my vinyl roll organizer with my scrap masters in it, drop it into my lowest tote. Now again, sitting on the floor next to me, and I want my Christmas scrap master, I can just pull it out, put it back, right? So it's on the floor, it's not taking up any space. I'm just gonna grab that folder, bring it out, use it, and then I'm just gonna pop it right back in, and I'm using my vinyl roll storage as the thing that keeps everything. Oh my gosh. Oh.
You've not thought of something else as well.
Right. Okay. So here's a vinyl roll organizer. If I drop this into my lowest tote, and I'm only using, like if I have a bunch of the skinny ones, right? And that could be Shelly and Teresa and Gail. Now I've got these organized and standing vertically, and I can drop that into my tote, and it's going to keep everything organized and straight up and down in the tote. So if you're not filling your tote with buddy bags, but you want to keep them vertical, drop in one of your vinyl roll organizers into your lowest tote, and then you can use it to pull things in and out of. I totally forgot about that when we were talking earlier. I talked about it on Tuesday, but it's just a super simple way, right? For me, keeping everything accessible is key. You don't want things dropping down to the bottom of your tote where you have to rummage through to find them. You want to be able to just pull it out, put it back, and these three products, buddy bags, vinyl roll organizer, and the lowest tote are going to be ideal for all of that functionality. You're going to love it even more. You will love your lowest tote even more. I didn't think it was possible, but even more when you add a vinyl roll organizer tray to it, or two.
It's just brilliant, Tiffany, and it goes right back to what we were saying earlier, how you've thought through everything and everything works, because wouldn't it be the most frustrating thing in the world if you'd been and bought some of these and then you had a bag, but I could guarantee you you see, this is made, instead of being 12 inches, it's 12 plus a little bit so that you can fit your 12 by 12s in. And then the bag is this plus a little bit more. So it's all thought through and made to measure. And while we're on about Lois, I have to give her a big shout out, okay? Because She is going bananas. Now, believe it or not, it's the turquoise which is the most popular Tiffany. So the turquoise is the #1 seller on today's show. We have the there she is on the bottom, right? We've got her on a special deal today. I keep saying her, but over 1/3 of the stock of the turquoise lowest 2.0 has gone. And so if you are wanting that, and I just love that it's got like a little keyring holder, you've got space, you've got little pockets down here as well. We've also got the pink on the website as well, but I will tell you that it's going crazy. I just need to give you 2 more quick mentions on here, okay? You know the organizer that Tiffany had on before, and I told you 65% had gone. Okay, it's now over 75%, and they think this is going to have sold out by the end of the show. So if you are wanting the big storage bag with everything in that Tiffany did first, that is on the verge of being about to go. Okay, so I'll pop the details on the screen quickly for you for that. There you go, £75, $90, and over 20% saving. This is the starter one, and then a quick little mention again on my glue gun holder. It is now holding on by a thread. Over 85% of the stock that we have is checked out. There are a lot more of you with this in your basket than what we have of them available. If you really want it, it's not just a case of going and getting it, it's going and checking it out. If you missed it earlier, I will warn you now, you could still get it into your bag and checked out and beat somebody who's got it in their bag. So glue gun holders, absolutely crazy. Right, I'll let Joe walk you through all the different budgie bags before we get ready for Tiffany's next segment as well.
I want to share with you some other uses for them, because yes, they're great for crafting, but people are using them for all sorts of things. Believe it or not, these are not my hair straighteners, but they could be perfect for things like this, brushes or hair straighteners, a whole host of different things that you want to have on the go. So it's great for using them for that. Think about using them in the kitchen or when you go camping. They've got some coffee pods in this one here. They're perfect for storing and organising those, which is awesome. Think about using them as a toiletry bag or even a makeup bag. You can get absolutely loads of great stuff in here. You can see they hold absolutely loads of wonderful things. So if you are going, if you travel a lot, if you're going camping, they could be great for that. Or maybe, you know, you've just got so many products that you need to get them all organised, then this would be a great way to do it. You can see they hold absolutely loads. That one there is your Sue body bag that you've got just there. So she's perfect for holding all your toiletries. How about, I've just, sorry, these are producer Laura's cosmetics. She was like, Joe, you've left my lipstick out. I'll pop that back in there for you. You can't be having you lose your lipstick. It was a lovely brand as well. Even things like your tea bags in here, again, if you're going away camping, but also just storing your whole host of different tools. Go and have a look at all the independently verified 5-star reviews over on the website and listen to the way that our customers are telling us that this is completely transforming the way they craft, the way they organise their craft, the way they move their craft around to, if you're going to workshops or crops, which was a new word I learned last time Tiffany was here with us as well. Very, very busy on those. Remember as well as having the bundle, which is on your screen at the moment, there is one available, only individual. Deborah is available individually, so make sure you pop across to the website and pick up Deborah as well, $5.99 or $7.99 if you want to get those ones too. Loads of you talking about what you're using these for. Peggy says I have tons of bags. I use them for everything. I do love the portability of them as well. Julie saying how much she loves these. She needs all of them. And Yolanda saying she has several Totally Tiffany items and she loves all of them. And Carlotta as well saying there are so many different uses for all the bag. I love that they're see-through. I love that they store as well vertically, so you can pull them out and they go into that lowest tote. But great if you're storing them on shelves or moving them around on the lowest tote. So many different uses for them. £24 or $33 if you want to get your hands on these. Now I need to recap some stuff which is proving super busy. One of like our all-time hero products from Totally Tiffany is what Sara's got over there, I can see.
Oh yes, I did tell you earlier on that this was going to be crazy. It's the Stadium Arranger. So if you missed me explaining it earlier, if you find it really frustrating, if you've got like big shelves or cupboards like what we've got under here, you see the top of our storage unit, it's one of those standard 6 little holes underneath, so they're really deep. but they're quite high, so you can't maximise the space, because what we're putting on them, loads and loads of little pots of glue and pots of embossing powder that aren't very high. So what you do is you pop them into the stadium, and what it does is it lifts up the stuff at the back. So if you're using this, look at this, as you see it from the front, you go onto a shelf, you go into a little space like this, you're going straight to it and getting whatever it is you need, because everything is right there to hand at the right height. Now, this is your stadium arranger. So this is your standard 9-inch, well, it's just over 9 inches, this one, stadium arranger. This one is limited stock. We do have the larger stadium arranger, okay, so this one here is your 15-inch stadium arranger, just so that you can see the difference. If you want to go, oh sorry, this one's the pen and ink, no, this is the stadium arranger. If you go and have a look on the website, you'll see the larger stadium arranger as well, okay. So when we talk about the big ones, there's two types. There's either the stadium arranger, which is the ones that have the steps, or the pen and ink palaces. So if I just pull off one of my pen and ink palaces, okay, here's the smaller of the pen and ink palaces. These are the ones that are literally designed with the little pull-out drawers for you to fit your ink pads in or your pens into. So the pen and ink ones, same sort of idea, but these are specifically for ink pads or pens. Your arrangers, your stadium arrangers, are the ones that basically give you the different heights on everything, okay? So absolutely crazy on all of those. I will warn you now, when you start, it gets really addictive. When you start on these, it does get a little bit crazy. Now, remember Joe showed you at the start as well, those, the Ditto totes, also been crazy. I'll pass you back over to Joe while I get ready for the next one.
Well, the Ditto tool tote, the pink now is limited stock. Limited stock on the pink. If it's in your basket and you want to get your hands on it, then you need to check it out, because it is so incredibly busy. You can see right here what you've got, the ability to have it all the way folded out and have it against your work surface. You can even hook that up if you want to, or you can of course close it up, that hook and eyes together, and then you've got the ability to take that out. There's so much in there. As you can see, I've got a Gemini Mini in here, I've got a Xyron, I've got blending solutions, 2 cans of adhesive in here, all my glues this side, pens in here as well. You can absolutely ram this full but still have great access to everything. If you want the pink, it is limited stock in the pink, $25.99 or $34.99. There are a few other colours for you as well. It's available in the turquoise and the black as well. It has the same functionality no matter which colour you are going for. Very busy on this, also very busy on our bits and bobs storage as well.
Yes, well, it's the first time I'd actually had the bits and bobs storage in my hands. We've been waiting for ages for them to come in. They are in, but over half of the stock has gone, okay? Now, you basically get a 1 drawer, a 2 drawer and a 3 drawer all in one. And can you see, so they come flat packed and you're going to make them up, but they are brilliant just for basically maximising space, because they have all these little mini trays in here as well. Do you know, I'm not just seeing this for craft. I think this will be brilliant if you want to use it for all of your, you know, like your jewellery and bits and pieces like that. You can literally have anything organised in a tiny amount of space. I mean, it's literally just over 12 inches, all directions, space for everything, taking it way beyond craft, but I just love it. So lightweight, so easy to do. And with all of these, I remember again when Tiffany launched these, can you see they have these little connectors? So that what you can do is you can disconnect them both at the top and also at the bottom here. So can you see you can disconnect and just have the individuals, or you can use those connectors. Did you see? Might be easier to see how I do them close up there. You can see how once you've got them, they just all connect into place. I am trying so hard not to wreck my nail varnish at the same time here. But can you see how easy it is? They've just got these like little hook. Let me lift one of these off so you can see it. Can you see them there? So they're just these, and you've got these little holes in place so that they just connect into place there like this. You can see them all there. So that's your set of 6 bits and bobs drawers, which honestly, for all of your bits and bobs, are just absolutely brilliant.
Beautiful. 24.49 or 32.29 if you want to go for those. May Myers on Facebook says the Stadium Arrangers is a game changer. Why to me does the Stadium Arrangers sound like a Marvel series or something? The Stadium Arrangers. I don't know why. They're like crafty superheroes. Tiger Berry says I have the bits and bobs in my closet and 2 on my craft shelf as well. Julia's saying she bought the lowest tote recently, so she needs to get those vinyl holders to go in with it as well. We've also received some before and afters, which we absolutely love. Right, Barbara sent this one to us. This is Totally Tiffany. Let's see what the transformation...
Barbara, you should be ashamed.
Now,
That's just what mine looks like, Barbara. Oh,
look at that.
Barbara,
How
I've got
awesome.
craft room envy.
Oh, look at that. That is a scrap rack of dreams going on right there as well.
That's amazing.
So well organised there. It looks absolutely gorgeous. I know so many of you do. And I know Tiffany runs lots of online courses as well that she uses to teach you how you can get all organised as well with whatever it is that you are crafting with at home. Very, very busy on everything you've seen so far. I remember a lot of low stock stuff. If you want that glue holder, you need to be so quick. There's more of you trying to get hold of that, and we actually have stock available, so get it checked out if you want to get your hands on that one right now. Now, something else we're about to share with you, the Totally Tiffany Card Makers Collection. Now, when we brought to you the Crazy for Card Making collections and smaller bundle, you guys absolutely loved it. It's sold out time and time again. The Karen Buddy Bag, every time we get that in stock, it also sells out super quickly as well. So this is a wonderful collection because you're not getting one, you're actually getting 2 of our fantastic Karen Buddy bags in this collection. Isn't that right, Sara?
Oh, you've got everything you need. Let's have a look. So I've got a Karen with some non-card making stuff in, okay? And then this is how I like to have mine organised. Let me tell you, this is our #1 best-selling buddy bag, okay? Now, here's what you're going to get. You're going to get a couple of Karens. You're going to get the magnetic die storage, and you're going to get the 4 of the dividers. Now let me just show you in here. When I open this up, okay, can you see all of the dividers? You need to kind of see how this works. You can either put things in them. Can you see? So I've got one here that actually fits in one of my other little storage bags I put on the shelves. So you can have a little space for everything. But if you want to put your dies on them, you then put the die pieces inside and all of your little dies. Now, to be honest, I wouldn't store all of my big dies like this. I would just put them straight in as individuals. Where it comes into its own are things like your little ones. If you wanted to take them off the packaging, you could have them all on, you could have any of them onto one of the die storage pieces, and they're going to stick in there. So the magnetic die storage in your 5x7, you get 2 of those, and you get 4 of the tab dividers, and that goes with 2 of your Karen bags. Now, I'm going to go over to Tiffany because as much as I explain it brilliantly, it's when you hear Tiffany and you just think, that makes total sense. Tiffany, after the, this has been the 2nd biggest top seller there. It's because we all do loads of card making over here. Oh, apparently it's going to be the top seller already. And that's before you've even shown us it.
It's a great product and it's a big problem solver. I just have to take a 1 second and I know I probably shouldn't do this because you're probably not going to be able to get the hot glue gun holder, but it also works great for your adhesive runner, right? So that little bit of glass right there, your adhesive's not going to stick to it. So you're not going to bury it, and it doesn't matter which one you use, big or small. So not only can you use it for your hot glue gun holder, you can use it as well for your big tape runners, and they are not buried on your desktop. One more thing about this, I love this thing, wrapping paper. So you can put this around a tube of wrapping paper, not just vinyl, and then you can keep we're getting into holiday season, so you may want to use a few of these for wrapping paper. Okay, now let's talk about Karen. So Karen, some of you know Karen. She's also she's one of my favorites, right? She's been around with me for years. I love her. She is a card maker, and she's the one who came to me and said, as a card maker, I need something that will do these things. And that is how Karen was born. So the first thing she said was, I want to be able to open it and then use it like a file, right? So you'll notice it's got this nice angle at it, reminiscent of a recipe card file. And then you can flip through everything that's in it, right? So as Sara said, you're getting 20, well, you're getting 40 magnets and you're getting 40 pockets and you're getting 2 of the bags, so 20 per bag. Let's kind of look at that die storage. So die and stamp storage is what this was designed for, right? This is what Karen was after. I want somewhere where I can put my stamps, the image off the package of the project so I can remember what it looks like, and then also I can put the dies that go with it. So all in one little bundle, I've got dies, I've got stamps, I've got instructions, and this might also include the sandwich instructions, right? How to actually run that through your machine. You might want to put that right into the pocket as well. So remember, keep things together, you use together, and you will get the highest and best use out of any of those things. So this whole little group is Christmas, Christmas dies, Christmas stamps, and you can see I've got double-sided in here, right? You can put 2 magnets or 2 sets of stamps in each pocket. As Sara was saying, if you've got that big die and you don't need to put it on the magnet sheet, use that magnet sheet in another pocket, just slip the die in, slip the stamps in, right? And you can really maximize that space. So this one's still in the packaging. Super simple. Stamps and dies on this side, stamps and dies on this side as well, right? So 2 sets of dies, 2 sets of stamps, 1 pocket, 2 magnets if you need them, or as Sara was saying, for the bigger dies, you don't necessarily need the magnets at all. So it's gonna work great for organizing dies and stamps, right? By theme, by holiday, if you're using my cataloging system by number, but it's a perfect way. And I only have 10 in here. So you can see that I've got plenty of room to add more stamps, more dies, things that don't necessarily need to go in a pocket are going to fit in there with no problem. So the birthright of the Karen Buddy bag, dies and stamps. And then what about all those other things that we're using when we are creating cards? So obviously embossing folders, right? So it's going to fit your embossing folders, no problem. And you can absolutely use the pockets for things like embellishments, right? So if you've got card making embellishments where you're replicating a card over and over again, you've got tons of those things. These are all obviously colored florals that are in there, but the pockets are going to work for so many things. But it's also going to work to store your completed cards, your card blanks, or your envelopes. So just labeling them, these are congratulations cards, these are thank you cards. I've also got the envelopes in there that go with them. So it's a perfect way. Even your big scraps, things that you've pre-cut, 4x6 or 5x7 card blanks or card fronts, they're all going to fit in there, and they're all going to work in that same like little filing system for keeping everything organized and using it just like you, I mean, as you use it, right? Think about your embossing folders. Where are they? How are you using them? Look at this. I just took the example off the packaging. I cut it off the package so I would know what it looks like. So one of the problems with embossing folders is that it's difficult to see what they actually look like. This is just the example off the package. I hinged it on there with a piece of tape. Why did I do that? Because this is a heavy piece of cardstock, and if I leave it over and then I run it through the machine, I'm going to have that little square it's going to press in. So now that I have it hinged, I'm just going to flip it back, run it through the machine. I'm not going to get that square, and I'm still going to have the example attached to my embossing folder. So it's a super easy, super simple way to organize all of those different things quickly, easily, visually. Now you can leave it open on your shelf so it's super accessible, or if you live somewhere where it's dusty or you're going to travel with it, then you're going to throw that lid over the top. You got the little handle on the side, which is so easy when you put it on the shelf because you maximize that shelf space, right? If you can pull the bags in and out off the shelf sideways rather than having them take up space this way. Look at the difference. This is side by side. They take up this much space. If you put them this way, you're going to fill that shelf back to front better, and you're going to be able to get more on the shelf. And at the same time, you're keeping it totally organized while it's on the shelf. So ideal with the bundle that you're getting today, the pockets and the magnetic strips and the double carrying bags, you're going to be able to store loads of dies, loads of stamps. And again, you don't necessarily have to have every die and every sheet of stamps in a pocket. So if you have the stamps and you've got the acetate for both sides of the stamp set, which I'm going to encourage you to keep, see if I've got one in here that has it that way, right? So this has the acetate on both sides. I don't necessarily have to put this in the pocket. I can put it in front of the pocket, or if I don't have dies with it, I can just categorize it by theme, holiday, event, or like I said, if I'm cataloging by number, I can do it that way as well. But it's still going to fit into the box. So embossing folders, card blanks, large scraps, embellishments, all of those type of things are still going to fit in there. It's going to be fast and easy to find exactly what you're looking for. And it's easy to put things away as well. So I'm just going to go back here. Yeah, there's that pocket with the dies in it that match the stamps. I'm just going to be able to pop those back in there. Super simple, super easy. One of the things that I really focus on when I'm designing product is it easy to take out, easy to find, and is it equally easy to put away? Because, you know, when we finish crafting, end of a craft project, you end up with this pile of things at the edge of your desk. And that pile just kind of grows and grows and grows because it's no fun to put it away. And then when you need something and you can't find it, it's probably in that pile and you're going to have to dig through it. Well, having your products organized in ways that it's simple to take things out and also simple to put them back makes it so much easier because you're not going to have that pile of stuff at the end of your desk. You're going to be able to work through a project, put everything away as easy as you took it out or easy as you found it, right? So it's going to be so much more fun and you're going to get so much more done, which is always the key. So when you're looking at the Karen bag, you need to think about your collection of embossing folders, of card blanks, of pre-cut card faces, of envelopes, of all of those things that you make, that you use when you're card making. And think about that. You may want to have one carrying bag that's just got black and white card bases and one that has the rainbow card bases. And then you've got your dies and you've got your stamps and you've got your embellishments. So you're definitely going to want multiple bundles of this. I mean, this girl is so popular for a reason. She is so, so useful.
Well, she has officially been the #1 tip seller in the show today. And what I love is, Tiffany, how you've worked with the team to put together that starter kit, because we've been selling a lot of Karen bags since we launched your range here. But then the fact that, so I'm just going to confirm, you get 2 of the actual Karen bags, and then you get 4 sets of the 5-pack of storage, and then you get 4 sets of the 5-pack of magnetics. So as Tiffany was saying, basically in one of these, she has 10 of these little packs. So that's going to be 2 of your packs of these and the magnetics in. But that only took up about half of the file, because a lot of the stuff you won't need to have. You might just have them in your tabbed storage. So it might be that you've got the tabs ready to put your magnetic dies on and the stamps just slot in with it. Or you have the stamps, dies and embossing folders, and the embossing folders just sit in. They are basically designed for like your 4x6. So they are perfect for anyone who works on the 4x6. This is the set to go for. And the bundle we've done today is basically 2 sets of it. But if you are going, and a lot of people are going for multiple sets of the 2s, you are very welcome to, while we've got the 20% discount on the bundle. Tiffany, we ordered a lot of these and it doesn't look like we're going to have had enough again. I think you've really hit the nail on the head for our customer. A lot of our customers are card makers, and this is just the perfect starter kit.
It is ideal for card making. And I have to give the credit to Karen, right? Because she's the one who came to me and said, I'm a card maker first and foremost. I need things that work like this. And actually, that's what really got me hooked into card making, was working with Karen and she would show me these new techniques that she learned at an event over the weekend. She brought this thing in called her technique binder, where she had all these little notes about different kinds of techniques. And it's really what got me hooked in to card making. I was like, look, I can do this card. It's a small, faster project than a scrapbook page, and I can send it out, and somebody else is going to get some joy from it, right? So it was really kind of an eye-opener for me, not only in the organization sense, but in how much fun it is to actually make cards and send them out. It's just, I don't know, it's super fun. And this makes it easy, right? That's what I started the show off with, was talking about, if it's easy and enjoyable, you will do it more often. You will use more of your supplies, more of the techniques that you've learned. You'll bring your friends and family into it. It becomes just so much more joyful activity when it's easy to find all of your supplies.
And also, we get so much more time for doing so much more stuff, because you can get put your hands on what you need straight away. Now, Tiffany, I'll have to tell you about is it our first sellout? I don't know. It's our first official sellout. Right, I did say that the stadium was going to go. It's gone. The stadium has completely sold out now. I don't know. We've got literally so many orders in with Tiffany. I don't know when our next batch of stock is going to arrive, but the stadium arranger has gone. I've got sellouts. Joe's got sellouts as well.
I have indeed. The Baz New Bear is back. The 12x12 fab file has totally sold out and gone. Congratulations if you got it. Mariah over on Facebook was asking, she's got on a couple of the craft boxes, the subscription boxes that we sell. What is the best way to sell those? And Sara says the 6x6 fab files.
Yep.
Probably the best way to get all the sort of card blanks and the coloured papers and all of that in, Sara. Pop it into those, can't you? We have got some of these left. I'm pleased to tell you, I don't know how long for those, $6.29 or $7.19. Something else that I need to let you know about is, the Ditto Torto in the pink. Now, how are we getting on with the stock? We are checking that stock situation for you. There are less than 5 of these left. If you want to get your hands on this, then you will need to. It is very busy. $25.99 if you're in the UK, $34.99 if you're in the US. The great thing about this as well is this totally opens up as well, which is awesome. So if you want to use this in your craft space to store your glues, your Xyron, your spritzers, I've got a Gemini Mini in here, spray adhesives, it all goes in there. And then when you want to take it out and about, you close it up and off it goes. It is absolutely ingenious. $25.99 or $34.99 if you want to get your hands on that one. Loads of you still chatting away as well. June says she wants Tiffany to come and organise her. Maybe we need to start offering that as a service, Sara. Julia says as well, I love the Karen for taking my supplies to craft on the porch, which is another great way of using it as well. And Yolanda saying she wants everything on the show. Elizabeth has done a few of Totally Tiffany's online organisational courses, and they are fantastic. Totally changed her crafting life as well. And Tiger Berry talking about her bits and bobs closet as well. Loads of you are shopping for lots of stuff. It's been an incredibly busy show so far, and there's still absolutely loads to come as well. Right, what is up next, Sara?
Yeah, something else that I haven't had a chance to show you. This is the thing, a 2-hour show, and it's not even enough. We're here 3/4 of the way through the show and still showing you things that you haven't already seen. This. Fabulous. You need a few of these, let me tell you, in your life. The Stash and Store 5-drawer supply case. So you've got these lovely big long drawers which all have the dividers in now for your makeup. Not only your craft stuff, I mean, this is literally, look how fabulous these are. So you've got the little drawers, that got the little dividers that go inside for your drawers, and then you just pop them in, and there's just space for everything. And this is the one that you can be doing all of your decoration on if you wanted to really personalize it to you. Now, I was supposed to tell you that before we'd even got to it, 25% had gone. However, they're actually telling me over a third of the stock has gone, and this is another one that a lot of people have been multi-ordering. Now, it's the first time I've seen this was on this show today. I'm thinking, how have I missed this? It is absolutely unreal. The two things that I got excited today that I hadn't seen before was this, and then also this one here. These two new, your bits and bobs and your 5-drawer Stash and Store, I just thought were brilliant for just in the office, around the home. Doesn't have to be just for your craft stuff, but because Tiffany's designed them, she's designed them with all your craft stuff in mind. And I love that these little storage dividers are optional. So you don't have to have them. So if you wanted to take out part of this and just have part of it for your bigger pieces, or you've got the option of having the smallest, having it stored into smaller pieces, you've got all of that there. Now, I will warn you, what was the percentage that's gone on your bits and bobs? 60% now on the bits and bobs have gone, and a third of the 5-drawer has completely gone, right? So those are our two, the ones that we knew for me today. Now, the next thing that I've got for Tiffany to show you, something else that I was seeing for the first time today, was the flipping storage binder. And it is exactly what you heard me say. It is the flipping storage binder. So if I show you it from over the top, you'll be like, oh, I totally get it. So you get the storage binder. Included with the storage divider, you get 3 double-sided storage pages, 5 pockets on each side. So basically you've got 15 of the 5x6 and 15 of the 6x7 inch pockets. So can you see, it tells you how you're going to use it here. But then what you've got is, can you see, you can flip, and you can pop all of your dies in here, and you literally flip between them. So there's 5 flippers on each side. Can you see? And on this side here, 5 flippers. Now, it's not for me to walk you through it. I think it's awesome. I'm going to go straight over to Tiffany and get Tiffany to walk you through it. You get 3 of the flippers in here, but that's what, 3 and 5 lots on each one. We're going to be uber organised with this one, Tiffany.
So this is going to help you organize card making supplies as well. It was designed, again, in the same sort of dimensions as the Karen bag, and it's just going to be a different way to get those up on your shelf as a binder, get them organized, be able to pull them off and on your shelf quickly and easily. So I'm just going to show you a couple of different uses. So obviously, one of the things we use all the time as card makers is embossing folders, right? So again, with the flip, you can see all of them. And I have either used the packaging or made it, if I didn't, the packaging didn't have an example, I used a crayon and did a rubbing so I could see what those embossing folder looks like, right? That is always the challenge. Here's another crayon rubbing. What does it look like? Well, now I can see it. Now, these are all numbered. So that is part of my organizing system where I code things and put them in a catalog. And if you take one of my classes, you'll learn all about that craziness. But the smaller embossing folders on the front, the bigger embossing folders on the back, same thing. Just flip through and see all the different designs that you've got. Now on this side, I have got stamps and dies. And so this, the stamps, right? Easy to see what they are. Here are the coordinating dies. Now you are getting with this, you are getting the magnetic sheets again. So the magnetic sheets, when they come to you, are 5 by 7. This is a 4 by 6 pocket. So you just need to trim it down if you're going to use them in the smaller pockets to fit that. But now I've got stamps, coordinating dies, right? I can do it by holiday. I can do it by theme. I can do it by season. And I put the packaging on the back. So when you look at something like a word, it's very difficult to look at that die and know what the word is. And so I just, now, you'll notice this is right side up. So when you put the dies on, you want to put the picture upside down so that when it flips over, it's going to be right side up. There's your little tip for watching the show today, right? So super simple way to keep those dies and stamps organized. So on this side, I've got the 5 by 7 pockets, right? So they fit the full 5 by 7 sheet that you're going to get. But if you want to use them on the front pockets, just take a pair of scissors and cut through the magnets so they're the right size for what you want to do. So again, we've got the packaging. Now I've got the sample. So in this pocket, I've got, this is what the project looks like or could look like. There's the stamps that go with it. There are the dies that go with it. Now in this one, I did the reverse. Just so if you want to see what the dies will look like first and then choose the dies, then just flip your magnet around, put the pictures on one side, put the dies on the other side, and you're going to be able to see what those dies look like and what kind of project they might go in. So it's great. Embossing folders in both sizes, dies and stamps in a variety of sizes. But back to card making, all these card making tools. Now, what about your supplies? What about your card blanks? So these are all 4 by 6 card blanks. You can arrange them if you have holiday blanks or by color. You're going to be able to put them in. And again, you're going to be able to put multiples in there. I've got 2 or 3 in each pocket. Multiples in there so you can see them, but they're protected. The edges and the corners of those card blanks, they're visible. You can see them by flipping through, but they're protected. So they're not getting beat up. They're not getting, if you leave them out, how they get sun bleached on the edge, faded on the edge. None of that is going to happen. And I'm just going to tell you, this is fun. It is fun to just flip through. Now, you could also put embellishments in here. So if you had dimensional stickers or something that you wanted to keep flat and protected, you could use these for that as well, right? So embossing folders, dies, stamps, card blanks, and even cards that you've already made. Where are those cards that you've already made? You want to keep them protected. You want to be able to see them so that when you're going to, so what if you had a whole binder and it was just pre-made birthday cards? You could put it on the shelf, label it birthday card, and then when you or anybody in your family needs a birthday card for somebody, you can say, oh yeah, go get one out of the binder on the shelf. So it makes it super simple and really mentally geared around card making. So all the sizes and shapes and tools and supplies that we use for card making are going to fit perfectly in this flip and storage binder. And I just have to say, it is flippin' fun, right? To just look through your supplies. Imagine if you had your little sticker embellishments in there, or sometimes as card makers, I know we use more stickers in the US than you do over in the UK, but you buy those sheets of stickers that say thank you or made especially for you by or good luck or whatever. So you have whole sheets of the same word over and over again that you're going to use in your card making. And then those are going to all be visible and accessible and protected all at the same time. So super easy way to group all of the things together that you use together. Now, if you are looking for a way to store the cards that you have already made or your card blanks, you want to think about, especially where the special is going on, how many binders are you going to need? Do you need a holiday binder? Do you need a birthday binder? Do you need a congratulations binder, new baby, all the different themes and sentiments that you create cards for, because you may want to have multiple binders for that. Now you're getting magnetic sheets with this, so for your dies and stamps, you're going to be able to use those for your magnetic sheets as well, that you can put all your dies in one binder and use the second binder or the third binder for your other supplies as well. So embossing folders, cards, card blanks, pre-made cards, all those things are going to work really well together in one binder. And I do want to remind you about, I have one other thing in here so this was the card example, but it also is the instructions, right, for how to put this card together. So I just cut it off, folded it in half, gave myself a little hinge there, and now I've put it in here. So I don't have to remember how to do that project or what other things I need or sandwich boards or any of that kind of stuff. It's all just right there. It's tucked in with everything else. So I'm ready to go when I want to do that project. It's all there. And that's really kind of the key is, can I find what I need and do I know how to use whatever those products are? And this is a perfect way to keep things together you use together. How many times have I said that today?
You've said it a lot of times today, but you know what? It makes total sense. I think specifically for our customers as well, Tiffany. So those of you who are die-hard Crafters Companion die cutting fans, a lot of our dies are the bigger ones, are the concept dies. What I personally would be doing is getting the dies, keeping the die on the packaging and putting them in the flips so that you can, the ones that our Tracy set up for me, bless her, she's put some of our larger dies into here for me. But I love the idea of a lot of the dies we do, by the time you cut the headers off, would fit perfectly well into one of these these 6x6 storage points. I think they would just be brilliant, and I just love the idea of flicking through everything. So you've got three of the, I call them the flickers. You've got three of the flickers on here, Tiffany, where you've got 5 on each side. So essentially you've got 30 flickers on each file, and this is a brilliant size to go and fit on the shelf. So you can just pop it on your shelf. You can take this is all just packaging, take all the packaging off and then write on what every binder is. We seem to be constantly in pursuit of what's the best way to get all of our stuff organized, our dies, our stamps. I think you've just given us so many different options today, Tiffany. And the great thing is people can just watch this show and then think, right, what is best going to fit what I'm going to be doing? Whether it's the flipping one, whether it's the Karen with our card supplies in, it's just brilliant.
Well, it's really important because every crafter's room and space and the way that they craft, they're all a little bit different. And so what I tried to do is come up with really great supply products that fit any type of craft or any room that you have, right? So you are able to make that decision. Yes, this is better for my tall, skinny shelf than the Karen bag, or this works better for me because I'm going to take it with me in a different way. So a lot of our products, people ask me well, you make this great thing for paper. Why do you make this other thing for paper? And it's because everybody's crafting life is a little bit different, and we need to be able to address all those concerns. And this is just a perfect card makers organizer, and the Karen is a perfect card makers organizer. They're just a little bit different in that world.
And I think what people are going to be able to do today is maybe dip in and try a little bit of everything. So you can get that card making organizer starter kit, you can get the flip and storage binder starter kit special that we've got on today, get them both home, see which one you use the most of, and then chances are you're going to buy 3 or 4 sets of whatever it is you're using the most to get organized. or you're going to be waiting for our next delivery of stock to come in, maybe is the case, because we've had a lot of sellouts in the show already, and we've got a couple more that are either hanging on by a thread or have just gone. So I'm going to throw over to Joe. Joe's got a couple of comments to do, and then a couple of little more updates as well.
Absolutely, loads of you chatting away, absolutely loving this show. Stephanie says between the warehouse sale and this show, oh my goodness. Sandra says, yep, sentiment dines are harder to read unless you want to keep with their packaging. I tried to cut it up multiple times so I can read what they are. A lot of you just talking about great ways to store your dies in here as well. Mariah says, I store instructions in my scrap rack, stadiums and files, depending on what works best for me, but I can find all of them, which is awesome. And Irene says, oh my, I am now platinum. Whoop, whoop. Congratulations to you, Irene. I need to let you know a couple of the buddy bags. Now, far and away, the busiest way of getting the buddy bags is going for the bundle that represents the best value, and in the bundle you're going to get Edna, Shelley, Brandy, Sue and Irene. Couple of them, it's the only way to get Brandy, by the way, a couple of them are exceptionally busy on their own as well. Edna specifically, because check out Edna, she has got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, more than 20, let's go with that, of our fantastic ink pads in there, which is excellent. But then on the same time, you know, we've just used Edna to store some coffee capsules into, so it is completely up to you on how you use these. I know Edna as well could no doubt be used for storing things like your ribbon as well. Loads of different uses. Very busy on Edna, $5.99 or $7.99. Now, you can get Karen on her own, so let me just remove all of her fillings. There we are. If you want to get it on its own, you can. Now, the great thing about getting it on its own, this is wonderful for storing your finished projects. I know a lot of you make A5 or 5x7 cards, and if you've got those, this is the perfect place to store them into. Of course, as well, you can get it in the card making configuration as well, that gets you all the magnetics and the files as well. $7.99 and $9.49 for that one. Busy for the other option, Sara.
Bring us her back over.
Okay.
Let me have me Karen back, okay? Because yes, Karen's busy on her own. However, if you want a couple of Karens and you want the stuff to organise yourself inside of Karen, so 4 of the sets of little flippy inserts and then 4 of the sets of the magnetic storage is basically your card makers collection. Are you ready? I did tell you this has been the #1 bestseller. Over 80% of the stock that we have has gone. If you have this in your basket, you need to be getting this checked out by the end of the show, because our starter kit bundle has been literally on fire for the whole of the show. This is the one I think that everyone, loads of different options, but this is the one that is literally just been absolutely crazy. So I know you've been waiting for us to get it back. This is awesome, but I tell you what, you can't really afford to miss out on this starter pack. Now, what you got over there, Joe?
Some people say I talk a load of rubbish, Sara. Well, hey, I've got the trash can here. I've been busy though, sweeping up. Let's go. It's my birthday today, which I'm only wondering why there's loads of balloons around my face on and all this confetti everywhere. If you saw it in the, I'm going to be finding that for days, aren't I? After that, if you saw the earlier show, it will make a lot of sense. But I do have the trash can now. I love this. I think this is perfect for having in the car. So say if you're in the car and then, I don't know, you've got all the children in the back, rubbish everywhere, pop this out. You can have it in the back of the seat, I think, and then out it pops. It's absolutely awesome. What do you think? Great for like camping and stuff, Sara, as well. I know you like to go away loads.
Oh, I do. And well, the thing is, you always need a bin, don't you? It takes up hardly any space at all. You literally take it off and it's ready to go. And then once we're done with it, fold it flat back down, and you're just going to wrap the cord back around. Oh no, you're going to wrap the cord back around it, and it will get yourself sorted. Now, no surprise to hear, Joe's purple one is the busiest one that we've got on the show today, but we do have all of the colours in stock on the trash bin.
Absolutely. Look, you know how I am with packaging, getting things back in the packaging. Even I managed to get it back down and sealed, so you know it's super easy. $10.79 or $13.49. There's a whole host of colours available on those for you as well, so make sure you grab those. The binder collection is fast becoming the star of the show. I know you've got it over there, Sara. It is literally like the ultimate workshop tool, this one, isn't it?
Well, let me remind you what we expect. So this was the first one that Tiffany walked us through, okay? We do have the individual binders available in different colours. I'll try and pop the details on the bottom for you of those. The turquoise is the most limited of the individual colours. However, if you want the black starter kit, so let me just remind you, the starter kit gets you the actual binder itself, okay? Then you get the 24 assorted pack of all the different sheets. So if you missed Tiffany walking you through it at the start of the show, go back and watch it. It was about 15 minutes into the show. She explains to you what all of these different compartments are for and exactly how you're going to use them, okay? So if you want that, it comes with that and also the 5-pack of the dividers as well. So the 5-pack of the dividers, so you can keep everything really well organised. That again is a 20% saving. However, we are literally down to our last handful. So we have, and I'm not joking when I say a handful of these left. People have been multi-ordering them. If you have the scrap rack system already, fantastic, because this is interchangeable with your scrap rack. If you don't, you're thinking about dipping your toe in the water and trying to get your stuff organised, this is absolutely the place to start with because it's portable, it's ready to go, but it's just so really well made. So I'm just warning you now, this is going to sell out. Hanging on by a thread, it's probably going to sell out either by the end of the show or just very soon after the show. So if you have it in your basket, there are more than twice the amount of people with it in their baskets than what we have stock. And I did warn you about this earlier, our glue gun holder, it's completely gone now.
No!
So it's completely gone and sold out, so you won't see us with it for a while. I'm pretty gutted. In fact, we'll have it, it'll just be underneath, so you won't see it.
Are you going to take that one home with you?
No, I'm going to leave it in here because we all need it. It's going to be there and it's going to be handy. But we did warn you, in fact, we've tried to keep you abreast of everything going on all the way through. These Tiffany shows, it's brilliant because we get Tiffany in to explain everything. But the downside of that is when she explains it, the light bulb moment happens and then you guys all flock and are just crazy. The same with the Crazy for Card Making set. So it was busy earlier. When Tiffany walked everyone through it, we literally went into meltdown on the web. Now this is hanging on. It's probably going to sell out in the next 2 to 3 minutes. So if you're this in your basket, they're saying this is not going to make the remaining 4 minutes of the show. I've warned you. I've been really honest, okay? So that is the Crazy for Card Making. Joe, what have you got over your end? I'm about ready for a lie down.
It's Denise's birthday as well. Happy birthday to Denise. She just let me know. Loads of you sharing and saying happy birthday to me, which means the world. So thank you so much for that. Mariah says the flipping binder. Normally we wouldn't say flipping because it's a bit of a, it's not quite a curse, is it? But it's not far off in the UK. But the flipping binder is the answer to how to store all the cards you're making that you haven't sent yet. What an awesome idea as well, Sara. That would be for storing finished projects.
Oh, but that's what Tiffany said it was great for. It's going to be, especially if you do a lot of 4x6 or 6x6 cards, absolutely perfect.
Yep.
And we're going to have to go back to Tiffany because Tiffany, bless her, is sitting there desperate to give a final word on the, I can see you with your big binder, Tiffany. Literally, go on, you can have like a minute because it's going to sell out.
Okay, so really quickly in a minute, I just want to touch on the high points of the binder. One thing that's challenging when we travel with our supplies is our paper trimmer. So don't forget, you've got that nice big pocket on the outside or the front so that you can carry that big paper trimmer on the outside. And of course, it is coming with that nice padded shoulder strap as well. So it's really easy to carry. Now on the inside, you've got all the elastic loops and pockets, right? Remember, these pockets on the bottom are reinforced at the bottom with canvas, so you can see through them with that nice mesh, but they're also reinforced. So if you're putting sharp things like scissors and other small tools in there, they're not gonna slip into the mesh or cut anything because you've got that nice canvas. You have a flat elastics on this side for smaller, flatter tools, and then you've got bigger, bulkier elastics on this side for things like markers, things that are big and fat. So this is just a great, one of the unique things about this over any other 12x12 binder is that it does have the tool and supply storage on the inside as well. So all of the other ones are just plain binders. There's nothing interesting or different about the inside. They just have a 3-ring section. That's it. So you've got tool storage. So you really can get to a crop or an event with everything you need in one nice, neat little bag. And then, of course, one thing we didn't talk about is that the binders also have a little bonus pack of pages in the binder. So not only are you getting the 24 pockets, you are also getting a little bonus pack. I believe it's 8 sample pages in the binder already. So you're going to get, we really should be saying that you're getting 32 pages. I didn't even think about that. But you're getting the supersized single, which is the 12 by 12 pocket page. You're getting the double extra long, which is 6 by 12 pockets that goes sideways. So I want you to think with that one about things like thicker stickers and other 12 by 6 things. You're getting, now I want you to notice, clear on both sides. So I just flipped 2 pages here. You are getting the vertical 6 by 12 pocket also. So again, great for stencils, but also things like thicker stickers are going to fit in there perfectly. You're getting the 6 by 6 pocket page, which is called the Fabulous 4. All of the pockets have this little flap on the top, right? And so that helps keep things in to your pockets. When you're traveling with it, that flap is going to go over the top. And when you turn the pages against each other, the flap stays down. So you can really travel well with your crafting supplies. So the 6 by 6 pocket you're getting, and then don't miss out when you get your bundle of pages. You don't want to miss out on those double-sided pages. They have 2 pockets on the front, 1 pocket on the back, and 4 pockets on the front, and then 1 pocket on the back. Because the pockets are crystal clear, you're not going to notice that back pocket. So you need to be looking for it with those pages in your bundle as well.
I love it, Tiffany. I'm pulling a face because now it is the next 10 people to check out their baskets will get it. The rest of you, 11 onwards, because there's a lot of you there, will not get it. The card making starter kit, completely gone. The tool tower that we were talking about earlier, 70% gone, hanging on by a thread. We're just having now sellout after sellout after sellout. So yeah, it's right. Okay, so the next 6 people to get the next 6 people are going to get it, and then it's completely gone.
Okay, last word on the binder. If you are already using a scrap rack and you do not have the binder, that is the missing link of traveling success with scrap rack pages, right? You can literally pull them off your scrap rack, put them onto the Velcro strip in the binder, go to your event, come home, take it out, put it back. So if you're already using the scrap rack and you don't have the binder, you definitely need this. And you can always use more pages and dividers, and those are included as well. And then if you have been thinking, oh, I think I like the scrap rack, but I want to kind of ease into it, this is the way to ease into it. You can practice all the principles of ease of organization with the scrap rack in your binder. And then when you go, okay, I love this, I love how it works, now I'm ready to buy the scrap rack, the 2 pieces are always going to work together. So you can buy this and then the scrap rack, or if you already have the scrap rack, you definitely want the binder piece. It is a key to functioning with the scrap rack, hands down, super easy, all that stuff. And you're going to be able to just flip through and see your stuff. I mean, just imagine, oh, I want to find that birthday embellishment. Boom, there it is. It's so visual. It's amazing. And it's fun and it's pretty.
It is. Tiffany, thank you. I mean, it has been an amazing show. Not just the presentation on this one, the whole 2 hours. There is literally comment after comment after comment on Facebook and YouTube. People saying they just are absolutely loving seeing Out to Get Organised. Thank you so much for getting up early to be with us on a Saturday morning. People already can't wait for the next, they call it a TT takeover. Can't wait for the next takeover. Just want to say thank you so much. I think we look great as matching twins as well.
I know. You're so welcome. I'm so glad that you came in to join us today too. So not that I didn't have a great time with Leanne and Joe last time. It was super fun to have you on the show and to see you in your pink. I love that so much. That's awesome.
Let me tell you, we're all fighting over who gets to do the Tiffany shows because I totally get it. I am literally about to go skipping out of here, desperate to get more organised. It's just brilliant. Right. Sending some big hugs across the pond. Thank you so much and enjoy the rest of your weekend.
Thank you, you too. Bye, Joe.
Bye. Oh, always such a huge pleasure, isn't it, to have Tiffany on the show with us. It really is. The tall toe, it's gone. As Tiffany would say, boom, it's sold out. That has gone. I love it when she does that. She's like, you put it in here and you put it in there and then boom, it's done. All of the fab files as well are extremely busy. The ones we have, the 6x6, the 8x8 and the A4, all of these over 3/4 gone now individually. So if you've got your eye on those, please be quick for them. It's always such a pleasure to have Tiffany in the studio with us for Craft House as well. I need to let you know a Make a Statement Masterclass with myself and Jan is what will be up for you. First show of 2 tomorrow, followed by Second Chance Sunday, which will be a great chance to wrap up everything you've seen over the last week or so. Sara, it was a pleasure to be a part of a Super Sara Saturday here on Craft TV. I hope you enjoyed it.
It's always a pleasure. It's been wonderful, and don't forget I'm back on Wednesday morning with an amazing masterclass. Get all of your requests in on the Ultimate Pro. I promise you it's going to be absolutely epic. Definitely a one. You don't want to miss live so that I can take your questions live. So I'll see you on Wednesday. Joe, see you in the morning. And
indeed.
We're off for some party tea.
Yes, we are indeed. I hope if you are in the US, enjoy the rest of your day. If you're here in the UK and Europe, enjoy your evening. See you back here for another full day tomorrow. Take care.